Oh, what's happening, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Oh my, this thing is so squeaky. I'm sorry. Sorry. Anyways, today we are going back to Rubber Soul. We're bouncing our way back, springing into action with the next track here, Norwegian Wood, This Bird Has Flown. We're diving straight on in here because it's time to listen to some more Beatles. Without further ado, let's get into it. We'll talk about it a little bit after. Here we go. Here we go. There's the bird.
Say she once had me. She's shown me her. So I looked around and I noticed there wasn't a chair. I told her I didn't and crawled out to sleep in the back.
Okay, obviously everyone and their mother knows with the Beatles, like there's always something to expect. But what I love listening to them is, I think that listening to the Beatles truly captures this saying from Forrest Gump of life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get inside. I feel like every time I listen to the Beatles, for a song that's only 2 minutes long, they fit in a lot of musicality. And if it's your first time listening, and probably even if it's you're not, it's like as you go around the corner, you never know what else they're going to add in there. And that is just such a joy and such a fun experience. Like, I'm just speaking personally for myself listening to the Beatles, right? It's such a fun experience because, okay, you got a little bit of dry guitar starting off. Okay, cool. I know where we're going. No, you don't, because it's the Beatles. And then all of a sudden you have the sitar just layer on top of that guitar. You're like, tastes good. I like that. It has this really nice swing that just kind of lazily bounces you back and forth and rocks you back and forth in a hammock of folky goodness, right? And the way that he's singing, dun, 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 it just lulls you, right? It's just so good. Then it moves into the chorus. What enters? Not a whole drum set, not a big old Phil Collins drum fill. No, just a little bit of oomph, just a little bass drum in there just to keep that movement going, but with a strong backhand. It just, ooh, like, oh, I like that. Then there's little moments where the chords change. And it's like this, it changes the mood of the song for just a brief moment. You're like, wow. And then we do it again. Like, it's just, to me, very impressive to hear that. And to hear how they have so much creativity packed into such a short runtime. And it's catchy, it's filling, it's a lot of things. And all of them good. Let's look at these lyrics, which I have no idea what we're talking about. Let's see. What is Norwegian Wood? I mean, like, I once had a girl, or should I say, she once had me. She showed me her room. Isn't it good? Norwegian wood. Is she talking about like the floor? Like, isn't it good? Or like the bed frame, like it's Norwegian wood, and like her talking about the bed frame being made of Norwegian wood. She's like,
Oh my.
that's what it's about. She asked me to stay and she told me to sit anywhere. So I looked around and I noticed there wasn't a chair. Well, you make what you can with what you have. I sat on the rug, biding my time, drinking her wine. We talked until 2, and then she said, it's time for bed. And then there's a little bit of a solo. That's the wrong one.
Oh my.
She told me she worked in the morning and she started to laugh. I told her I didn't and crawled off to sleep in the bath. It's like, I gotta go to work. He's like, I don't. And when I awoke, I was all alone. This bird has flown. So I lit a fire. Isn't it good? Norwegian wood. I'll be honest. I before I look at the Wikipedia article and everything, I think that Norwegian wood is just like whatever either the floor is made out of or the bed frame is made out of. Hence what she's showing him. I think it's the bed. But let's look at the article here. Holy bush, there's a lot to read here. I'm not reading everything. Okay. Let's see. Lennon wrote the song as a veiled account of an extramarital affair he had in London. When recording the track, Harrison was asked by Lennon to add the sitar to the song. Harrison had become interested in the instrument's exotic sound while on the set of the Beatles' film Help. Norwegian Wood was influential in the development of raga rock and psychedelic rock during the 60s. It also helped elevate Ravi Shankar and Indian classical music to mainstream popularity. It is ranked number 83 on the list of 500 greatest songs of all time. Let's see. So here's the lyrics, of course. Although Lennon never revealed with whom he had the affair, Writer Philip Norman speculates that it was either Lennon's close friend and journalist Maureen Cleave or Sonny Freeman. McCartney explained that the term Norwegian wood was an ironic reference to the cheap pine wall paneling. I was close. I know. I was in the right direction. Give me a little bit. McCartney commented on the final verse of the song, "In our world, the guy had to have some sort of revenge. It could have meant I lit a fire to keep myself warm, and it wasn't the decor of the house wonderful. But it didn't. I meant I burned the place down as an act of revenge, and then we left it there and went into the instrumental." Well, that's another way of viewing it. You truly burned the house down. Let's see. Of course, there's some, I guess, contention on who created the song and who wrote the song exactly. Some more stuff here. That's a really beautiful place. Of course, it's Switzerland. That's gorgeous. Gosh, that makes me miss Switzerland. Oh my gosh, that looks like such a cozy place. Can you imagine spending Christmas in Switzerland? Now that'd be cool. All right, so there's some more information about this being the first with this and that. The Beatles recorded an early version during the first day of sessions on their album Rubber Soul. Let's see. Titled "The Bird Has Flown," the song was extensively rehearsed by the group, who then taped the rhythm track in a single take, featuring two 12-string acoustic guitars, bass, and the faint sound of cymbals. I do like how this song doesn't have any drums besides the bass drum and a little bit of tambourine, it sounded like, on the back half, on the second chorus there. It says the sound of the sitar proved difficult to capture, according to engineer Norman Smith, who recalled problems with a lot of nasty peaks and a very complex waveform. He declined to use a limiter, which would have fixed the technical problem with distortion, but would have affected the sound. You know, sound engineering and recording is such an interesting science and technology. Like, how do you record and capture the purest sound of an instrument, or any sound? It doesn't even have to be an instrument, of anything. And how do you get that captured perfectly so that the audience hears it the same way? Like trying to capture a live performance and bring that into the studio, like things like that. And of course, with the Beatles, with their, using the studio as an instrument, really nailed that. And there's a ton of other stuff about this track, but at the end of the day, it's a good track. Let me know what you guys thought of it in the comments down below. You can follow me over on Twitter, support the channel on Patreon. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. Come back tomorrow, and I'll see you all then. Bye, guys. That's good wood.